Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at some of my fixed blade EDC knives, and these are going to be the ones that I have that are crafted out of Magnacut. Before I get started, I want to say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to anyone who's come in to check out my knife, my EDC content. I hope you come back. I hope you make the channel a place where you check out stuff. If you have a chance and you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. It would really help me out. So these few knives, starting with this Amsler Tools little mini hurricane razor. This little knife is unique because it's very small. I started these in the way I'm kind of going through them is by size, right? So this little guy is a single piece of Magnacut with a tanto blade, a nice little tanto stamp or a titanium stamp clip. It's got these little rubber rings on it. It comes with extra rubber rings, so depending on what you want for grip, you can adjust those. But it is a great little EDC scalpel. I mean, it carries really well. I carry it right now as a neck knife because I'm not wearing dress shirts that often. But when I wear a dress shirt, like a work shirt, a button-down shirt, I carry this and it slip, take the chain off, and I'll just hook this through my shirt pocket and I carry it like a pin. You got about that much that sticks up. Works very well. Very, very sharp, very pokey. Not the thinnest grind, it's more of a thick grind knife. But you've got a very cute edge both at the point and on the flat. So for opening packages, for Slurpee saving, if you have to do any poking with it, it's a great poker. It's a great cutter. It's great for cutting paracord, cutting small things. Not a very big blade, not a long blade, but that's okay. You're looking at an overall knife that's going to come in. Whoops. And this is the mini. So it comes in right at 4 1/4 inches. And your cutting edge is 1 1/4. So really small little package. It is in an 80s finish, which is that black with the speckles. And it is in 63-64 HRC Magnacut. Currently I wear it as a neck knife because it weighs almost nothing. So much so, I won't do this with all of them, but since this is a little guy. So on my neck, it's 0.95 ounces packed out. So it is very, very small, nimble little package. Great, great enhancement to your regular EDC. I wouldn't call it an EDC replacement because it is a smaller knife, depending on what your EDC needs to be that day. But this is the Amsler Tools, made in America, Hurricane Razor. So my next little Magnacut EDC fixed blade is my Jakeb Creates Chikasee. Chikasee is a great knife. This is the first one I got. This one is in Magnacut. It came with, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it did come with these scales. It came with these brown scales, this stonewash blade. It's got this fantastic Kyle Coonley edge on it. Very, very sharp. This is going to be a little bit bigger, about 3/4 of an inch bigger than our mini razor, mini hurricane. This one's going to come in right at 5 inches with a 2 1/2 inch blade and right about 2 1/2 inch cutting edge. But it's a nice, almost full flat grind with a laser beam of an edge that Kyle Coonley put on it. So for an EDC knife, this one works very well. It's a small 3-finger knife. I like 3-finger knives. I like something kind of small. I've got several Chikasees, and I've carried them with both ulti clips. I carry this one with a little horizontal strap on it. I carry it on my belt buckle to the right of my belt buckle. The sheath retention is great. Has no rattle. You can put other clips on it if you want to. I think these horizontal straps work very well because it's a small enough package where you can carry it really in any position on your back or on your belt that you like. It's got a really nice thumb release and just a nimble little stabby pokey slicey package. HRC, I think 63, 64. These are finished in Magnacut, made here in the United States by Brother Jakeb Creates. So we'll go on a little bit bigger, and we'll come to a knife that's really special to me. This is a custom Luck Knives, LUC, NAS Sergeant, as we know him from YouTube. This is one of his Gen 1 squalls. So this knife is fantastic. I like it because I know it's his first generation knife. Kind of rough cut, Magnacut. You've got this really nice flat ground stonewash blade. Very neutral micarta pinned handle that gives me a full 4 right here. Fits great. Fits my hand great. Is an absolute laser beam. And I want to say, NAF heat treats these very well. They're all individually heat treated. He's come a long way with these little guys. They look like totally different knives now. But I really, really like this. It's a great package. Fits my hand like a champ. It's got a great smooth spine that works really well. And then you've got this unique Kydex sheath that he put together with the horizontal strap. You could, of course, put it on an ulti clip if you wanted to. The strap works fine. This guy's even a little bit bigger than the Chikasee. It's going to come in right at 5 1/4 with a 2 1/4 inch blade. So you've got a little bit more handle there, a little bit less blade than the Chikasee, but it's Magnacut, it's custom, handcrafted, great, great knife. Moving on, we go one step a little bit bigger, and we come to a very unique knife that I'm a huge fan of. I've got this knife in a couple of different blade steels. This is a Gen 1. This is the T.Denney Apprentice. This one is in acid etched Magnacut. It's got vintage caramel micarta handles. Very unique little package. You've got a minimalist handle, and then you've got this tall, flat ground harpoon blade that is very thin, very, very slicey, and very pokey stabby. So it's got a splinter digger tip. It has got a super tall, flat ground blade. And carries with a very low profile, very small, very, very light. This one is warranted of laying out the scales because it is, again, a little bit larger knife. It comes in right at 5 1/2 inches. It's got 2 1/4 inch blade with about a 2 inch cutting area. But it's very thin. It's got minimalistic handles. The Gen 1 is different in that it has pinned handles as opposed to screwed on handles, which Gen 2 has. And the Gen 2's plunge grind comes back about twice as far. So even though you got a really nice plunge grind here, Tyler increased it in the Gen 2. So naked, this guy weighs in at 1.05 ounces, fully packed up with an ulti-clip, 2.15 ounces. So when you look at that blade on a small knife like that, it kind of follows that inch per ounce rule. Apologize for tippy, guys. So this is a USA made Amsler knives, or not, excuse me, T.Denney Apprentice Gen 1 in Magnacut. Another Magnacut knife, and this is the 4th one in my collection. I really like it. We're going to get into a little bit more full-size knives now, or bigger knives. Starting with this little guy. This little guy is probably one of the greatest little values I found in my hunt. And I think I found this at DLT Trading. This is an LT Wright Frontier First. The LT Wright Frontier First is a small but broad-handled, I'd call it a 3.5, 4-finger little knife that's got a very sharp spine that strikes a ferro rod very well. You've got this Magnacut blade, these black micarta handles, and when I say full-size package, this has got a much stabbier blade. So it's thicker blade stock, absolute laser beam, 6364 HRC is what LT Wright claims on this. I've not HRC tested any of them, but I have cut with all of them, cut quite a bit with all of them, and none of them have required sharpening or stropping. This little guy fits the hand perfectly. The only perceived negative is the sheath. Comes with a real nice double-stitched leather sheath, but it is a horizontal sheath. The good news about this knife is it rides up a little high. It does not feel that funny. I would like to have a Kydex carry sheath or maybe a Oak City leather pocket dropper for this. But when I say bigger, this one's only bigger in thickness. So this one's still going to come in 5.5 inches. It's going to have a 2 3/4 inch blade with a 2.5 inch cutting edge. The handle area where I grab it is right at 3 inches. So that is from right here to right here. You've got 3 inches. You've got a nice brass lanyard tube where if you wanted to put on a short lanyard or even a longer lanyard, you could. But this knife is absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan. Love it, love it, love it, and carry it quite often. It gives me girth, but gives me a nice knife. So the LT Wright Frontier First, I want to say came in under $100. So I picked this up from DLT just kind of as an experiment and have really liked it. So moving on, we come to the next knife, which is even a little bit bigger. This is a newer knife in the collection that was sent in for me to check out from White River Knives, but I was carrying it today because I'm testing it out. This is the Viper Knives Handy. It is the perfect size EDC replacement. It is also the perfect size EDC enhancement. This knife is going to come in just a little bit smaller than the bug out in length. So it is a very usable small EDC knife. It's got this really nice finger choil and these nice scallops on this contoured micarta handle. So it fits my hand like an absolute glove. You've got this fantastic jimping, Italian jimping, kind of like Giant Mouse does here on the spine. You've got this rounded spine around the handle because it's full tang. Then you've got jimping here in your finger hole. You've got jimping here on top. So very, very stable grip. Whether you're cutting with this, breaking down cardboard, processing game, or protecting your Slurpee. This knife you're not going to slip up on. It's got a very, very sure grip. It does have a little billboarding. It's got Viper Knives Handy on the show side or on the blade side. And then you've got the maker's mark. This is a collaboration. And you've got CPM Magnacut. I want to say this is 63, 64. You've got a really nice lanyard hole here if you want to put a lanyard on it. And then it ships with this very nice Kydex sheath that when I first did the unboxing, it was so stiff I could barely get it out. Has absolutely no rattle. Very sure-footed. You've got these leather straps. Carries great. You could also carry it on an ulti-clip. You've got this thumb deployment area. This swedge locks in right here on the sheath. So it's got such positive lockup. I think the blade looks sexy. I love the swedge. I love the super pokey tip. Love the even grind. Love the black wash blade. This is a knife that I'm really fond of. I will definitely get one of these one day. I think it's just the perfect size, perfect handful for an EDC replacement or an EDC enhancement. So it is going to be my second to largest Magnacut fixed blade, or excuse me, Magnacut fixed blade. It comes in right at 7 inches. It has got 3.5 inch blade with 3.25 inch cutting edge. And that grip is fantastic at 4 inches. I like the way it tapers here at the back so your pinky can wrap up. Just a really nice feeling knife. This is the Viper Knives Magnacut Handy. Moving on to my final and my largest Magnacut EDC fixed blade that I carry as an EDC or a fixed blade replacement. This is a custom Dustin driver defense Splinter. So the Splinter is a very unique knife. It is a full-sized handle, which I can get easily 4 fingers, 5 fingers if I needed to, with a little nimble blade. So the handle is very neutral, very comfortable in the hand. Whether you do a reverse grip or whether you do a regular grip, it fits the hand very well. This one's G10 and it's got this full tang, wonderfully ground, stonewash Magnacut blade. It is thick. You can stick it through a car door. It is slicey as the day is long, therapeutically so. It's got this nice plunge grind here, which gives you a few nice sharpenings if you need them. You've got T8s that hold those G10 handles on. You've got this really nice lanyard loop here, if you want to put a lanyard through it. And then a fantastic sheath. This came with a couple of horizontal straps. It was a little bit wide for me for horizontal straps. I preferred it with a ulti clip in the back clip, or if I'm carrying it as an EDC replacement, I just clip it in my right pocket. But it is a bigger knife at, right about 7.25 inches, right under 7.25, with a 3-inch blade and a 3-inch cutting edge. The handle where I like to grip it's 4.5 inches, so you've got a very generous handle for a smaller knife. Short blade, but a puncturing blade, a hard use blade. You could baton with that. Super tough, super well done. And that is the Driver Defense Dustin Driver Splinter. We've got the Viper Knives Handy. We have got the LT Wright Frontier First. We've got the T.Denney Apprentice Gen 1. We've got Brother Nath Sargent Luck Knives Squall Gen 1. We've got Jakeb Creates Little Chikasee in Magnacut. And then finally, we have got the Amsler Tools Mini Hurricane in Magnacut. All fixed blades, all very well equipped to do what you need them to do, even though they're set up to do different things. But that's why I like EDC fixed blades, because there's a different one for what your need may be. And you don't have to spine whack them. They're not going to close on you. And I just really enjoy them. Guys, thank you for checking out my content. If you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. Most importantly, Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.